Do I have a second?
Second.
Great. It's been properly moved by Ms. Santana and second by Vice President Cohen. Any discussions?
No.
Great. Can I have a roll call, Ms. Capiello?
Mr. Cohan?
Yes.
Mrs. Conte-Mackey?
Yes.
Mr. McDowell?
Yes.
Ms. Santana?
Yes.
Mrs. Scott Hedo?
Yes.
Session.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. The motion has been properly moved and second, moved by Vice President Cohen and second by Chastity Santana. Ms. Capiello, can I have a roll call?
Mr. Cohan?
Yes.
Mrs. Conte-Mackey?
Yes.
Mr. McDowell?
Yes.
Ms. Santana?
Yes.
Mrs. Scott Heeden?
Yes. Now we move on to the approval of minutes. May I have a motion to approve the following minutes from January 6th, January 13th, both work session and executive session, January 20th, regular meeting, and also January 20th, executive session number 1 and number 2. Need a motion.
So moved.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. This motion has been properly moved by Chastity Santana and seconded by Elsie Conte-Mackey. Ms. Capiello, can I have a roll call?
Mr. Cohan?
Yes on January 6th and January 20th, abstain on January 13th.
15th or 13th?
That's right. Mrs. Conte-Mackey?
Yes.
Mr. McDowell?
Yes.
Ms. Santana?
Yes.
Mrs. Scott Heeden?
Yes. Next, we have our communications that are reflected on the operation and personnel agendas. You can read that. And now, before we move into public comments, I would like to say good evening to everyone. I would like to take a moment to thank you for being here today. We have all survived the snowmageddon that we just had. And as we begin the public comment portion of this meeting, I want to remind you that we do value your input and appreciate your time and effort in sharing your thoughts and concerns. We ask that all comments be respectful and constructive as we aim to foster a productive dialogue that benefits our community and the work that we are here to do. Each speaker will be given 3 minutes to address the board. Please remember that while we are eager to hear from you and your perspectives, we are unable to engage in the discussion during this portion of the meeting. However, your comments will be carefully considered by the board and, if necessary, followed up upon. With that being said, I invite the first speaker to approach. Do we have anybody signed up to speak? We are addressing resolutions only at this time, so if you're speaking on a resolution. No? Okay, great, okay. Seeing that we have no one signed up to speak on the resolutions, we will now move to the superintendent's report.
Thank you, Madam President. Thank you, everyone. And we're going to jump right into Ethan Beaumont, our student liaison, is going to join us tonight. I'm excited to see his presentation. As I was going through it, there's some things, and maybe if we collaborate, we could even hit a higher mark on those. I think it's likes or something, right? Yeah, and I'm going to have Ethan go first because thank you for joining us, but it's Mom's birthday tonight, so happy birthday to Mom, too. And you guys could enjoy the family. So here's the clicker for the arrow. You're up, and have some fun.
All right. Good evening, everyone. My name is Ethan Beaumont. I am a senior at Union High School. I am also a student athlete. I play soccer and baseball, both varsity. Some clubs. I am a winter student athletic trainer. I help with the trainers. I'm also in National Honor Society, and I help out with Farmer Fam. I was also, as Dr. Benequist has said, I was featured in TikTok. We had the most views until he danced with Olaf, and it took the show. Special shout out again to my mom and my dad who are here tonight. Mom's birthday. She's a paraprofessional at Hannah Colwell. I am the middle child. Sometimes I give it off. Sister graduated from UHS. She goes to Rutgers now, and my brother is a junior at UHS. Oh, it's going to play the video. That is Sid, our trainer. Here's some of the baseball boys showing the Union spirit. So our football team, the New York Giants, made a donation of $10,000 to the Union High School football program last week during a visit by several members of the organization. The New York Giants have been awarding the Lou Rattino High School Football Coach of the Week award since 1996. Named in memory of the former Union High School coach to promote youth football, the award recognizes tri-state area coaches for their commitment to the game, community, and athletes. Right here on the left, we have the UHS girls are the North 2 Group 4 state track champions. Congratulations to them. Special shout out to Ali Silvestri, who represented Union High School at the. Oh, did I click it off? All right. Hello? Oh, that's. All right. So again, Ali Silvestri represented Union High School at the National Girls and Women in Sports Day at Rutgers University. New Jersey female athletes were acknowledged at the Rutgers women's basketball game. And here on the right, we have the athletes of the month for January: Kazaya, Julia, Jaden, and Javi. UHS Wrestling senior Aiden Cross earned his 100th career win this month. Congratulations to him. UHS Wrestling and Coach DeBolonia brought the Jack DeBarbery Memorial Cup back to Union. Jack DeBarbery coached football and wrestling in Union for over 30 years, so bringing this trophy home in his honor makes it even more special. The team finished the dual meet season with an impressive 22-5 record. We wish them good luck this Saturday at Districts, which will be hosting the boys regionals March 6th and 7th and the girls regionals on March 8th. Also on the right, on the bottom picture, that is my brother. Here we got the boys basketball. The Union High School boys basketball team has put together an impressive 2025-26 season, highlighted by an 18-4 overall record heading into the heart of February and a convincing 63-41 win over Dayton in the Union County Tournament preliminary round. And then the girls basketball team, the Union High School girls basketball team has also put together a winning 2025-26 season, posting a 12-9 overall record behind a core that defends, rebounds, and shares the ball. And here we have some pictures for the UHS swimming and bowling senior nights, so congratulations to those seniors. And here we have the UHS Pack. Our spring musical this year will be Frozen, the Broadway musical. We are excited to bring this production to the stage in March 19th to 22nd, and you never know, Dr. Benequista might dance with Olaf on stage. And yeah, that is me.
Thank you. Any comments, questions from the board?
I would just like to say thank you, Ethan, for coming this evening. I know, the weather wasn't the best, and you had a day off from school, so the fact that you showed up and it being your mom's birthday, we do appreciate you taking the time. I'm excited to see what you're going to do in the future. Yes, I will definitely be following you. I hope you and Dr. Benequista do get together and do something for TikTok or Facebook. I'm glad to see. I mean, you guys are just practically alike. I don't know, you got a memo or something, but I thought that was really cute. Yeah. We were talking about it. But yeah, I'm just excited for you. And again, thank you for taking the time. And thank you for being a great Union High School student.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, by the way.
And you want to get pictures, right? Any
Yeah,
other board members before we go pictures?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to go picture with Ethan and then the family. Check 1, 2. Thank you again, Ethan. Great job. So as we talked about this year, we were kind of keeping an eye on our enrollment. And as you see, we said that the trend is that over the year, it comes back, and you see we're approaching where we started June 30th of last year. So as the year goes on, year after year, we lose students over the summer, and then they make their way back to us over the course of a school year. We are still going on with Doorman as far as we did around the U with E at the Township, and the video's there if anyone wants to watch it. But again, we're piloting it, at Burnett right now. Same thing with Dr. Rodriguez around the U. Came in and did a segment of where we were at with our care teams, which again, we have a lot of data that the connecting with community, connecting with the parents is making a difference. Awareness that being in school it does matter, and it definitely makes a difference. So, we're continuing with that, and I can't wait to report at the end of the year how much increase we had in attendance. So, as it was mentioned, I believe at some point, we started a Hall of Fame. I know it started with a conversation at the board table and then grew into putting together a committee. And now these are our first inductions since we brought back the Hall of Fame. And it's not, I know there's an Athletic Hall of Fame. In the future, we may look to combine the two. But right now, this is a union community, union high school or union school system Hall of Fame. So there's names up on there, people that worked for us, that laid that ongoing, they meant so much to us that they're still impacting our district, even though they've stepped away, as well as some people that graduated from Union that did amazing things. And it's so exciting going through this process and hearing about all the great things our students do. So I'm excited for May 7th, when we host this. It's going to be an amazing night. It's a great thing that this board, again, approved for us to bring back. We highlighted National School Counselors Week. Without our school counselors, that's an important entity for student success. And I just want to say thank you to all our school counselors. The theme this year was School Counselors Amplify Student Success. Transportation Day was February 11th. I believe, Ms. McKenzie, they all got, a pin and a card just to show a little bit of appreciation. First time that was done. Thank you, Ms. McKenzie. We got a lot of positive and thank yous from that. That little bit of thank you goes a long way. And another entity of our district that without all these parts and these entities working together, we wouldn't be as successful and we would be dealing with a lot of issues. So thank you to all our transportation department. Multilingual Parent Advisory Committee needs to be rescheduled. I really like the brochures they put together. They were going to have it here in the library, but it's going to be rescheduled. I'm excited for that coming up. Stay tuned for when that is going to be rescheduled for. As we have to do, just report on and affirm. So we're affirming January 21st to February 10th. Met the criteria of HIB 8, unfounded 2, and inclusive 1. And then we're reporting that we'll affirm next month. These numbers met the criteria from February 11th to the 24th, 3, unfounded 1, inconclusive 3. And twice a year, we have to kind of highlight where we're at with our student safety data system and that information. And I'm not going to read through all these, but again, it ties together all our different incidents. That other group is any other suspensions. So, and you could see which ones, the HIBs, we went through a couple months ago on all the things we do, like where those trainings are highlighted in the system as well, the programs as well, and the incidents. So, take a dive and look into those numbers. That's the halfway point, September 1st to December 31st for the state on reporting period 1. And we keep increasing the trainings and HIP programs to make sure we're doing what's needed based on the information that's coming through on the investigations. So they've swung back to Kiwami, right, Dr. Rodriguez, for attendance award. It's a battle between Connecticut Farms and Kiwami, but the 7th graders won 97.24% of attendance for the month of January. So that's great to Kiwami 7th graders. Keep fighting it out. I think I'm curious at the end who's going to win. Seems like Connecticut Farms and Miss Magda translated in Creole. You can see it online. There's no volume here, obviously. So thank you to our people that help us translate. But some things coming up, the preschool lottery, I wanted to highlight that. So anyone that knows anyone, a neighbor, somebody moving into Union that has a child that might be entering the preschool age, you got to put in your information that you're interested, and we're going to change up the process a little bit this year. We're doing a true lottery where we're picking. So there's going to be a day where maybe even we go live on picking the order to really make it, as far as access, equal to everyone, where the last few years we've been doing it where you got to get on at 7 o'clock in the morning and make sure you're the first one in, and everyone's internet service is different. We felt like we could improve there, so this is the way we're going to improve it and really do a true lottery and pick out of everyone that puts in. So for at least 3 weeks it was, right, or a month, we're going to have people register, so there's time. If you know any friends that are realtors and they have people moving in, this is something that for anyone that lives in Union to have access to. So we want to make sure we put the information out there. We're going to put it on our board, sign our digital boards, as well as ask the township to send it out, social media and stuff like that. But the other thing is Math Matters, again, here in the library. Miss Latoya Nelson does an amazing job, is putting on some programs, so check that out. She does phenomenal with our students. And Spirit of Union, which was around for a while, is now highlighting some of our great things going on. So check that out as well. Obviously, All About You newsletter, which goes out monthly. Parent Square, we keep doing more and more with that. That is our communication system, so make sure we want to keep getting as close to 100% to make sure everyone gets everything we're sending out. And again, we had it translated in Spanish by Ms. Concalves. And up and coming at a future board meeting, we're going to bring in Jacqueline Cassandra and Ava Soares, but those are our Val and Sals for this upcoming year. Congratulations. And again, we're going to invite them in so the whole board could meet them and, just highlight their success and how hard they worked. I want a big thank you. Miss McKenzie and I were driving through Union yesterday, and it was a lot. It was a lot. There was some streets, some sidewalks, some curbs. Our schools were about halfway done. And you're talking, I don't know, it seems like it must be like 24 hours in a short period of time where our employees are working. So I really want to give a shout out to our building and grounds department, our transportation department, and anyone that happened to be driving through and seeing Anthony, our heads of building and grounds. He's right there with them. He's picking up snow, moving it over fences, and doing what he can to make sure our district gets open. But I'm excited to highlight them because, they come in, they work so hard. It's something that maybe some people don't even realize how much work it is for snow removal. And on top of it, the amount of snow that we had existing and how much we got, like close to 2 feet, if not 2 feet, is not an easy task. But then also the partnership with the town, because we wouldn't be able to open if our town didn't make sure they, again, 36 hours probably straight, more, 58 hours where they had people just keep going. Again, for the community, but that community is us too. They ask, what else do we need to get? So I had about 2 o'clock today, I got a picture of an area that wasn't done, and that when I drove past it today, before this meeting, it was done. So thinking about every sidewalk, crosswalk. Now with that, I did send out a letter. Unfortunately, they are calling for hopefully what I read is a dusting tonight, but I still ask community to make sure that they give ample time in the morning because there could be some snow, some slick areas on the ground. Again, we never know, but hopefully it won't be much. But our crew will be out there early tomorrow making sure they're salting whatever they need to. But you can't thank them enough. It doesn't go unnoticed, and it's not easy work, what they do. And transportation, making sure our bus fleet is ready to go, is not, with the amount of buses and everything we have, it's not an easy thing to do. So thank you. And Madam President, that concludes my presentation for tonight.
Thank you so much. Any comments or questions from the board?
Madam President, Dr. Benaquista mentioned this, but I'd just like to acknowledge our colleague, Greg Nasta, who works for DPW. I communicated with him late this afternoon. He said he'd been at it since 8 a.m. on Sunday. Monday, excuse me. No, Sunday. And they worked straight through the day and evening, Sunday night, last night, and he thought they were going to be getting off at 4:30 p.m. today. So that's 56 hours. You know, the amount of snow is such that no matter how great a job they do, there's going to be some left.
Right.
But I just think that our staff and the folks at DPW do an amazing job for everybody. And very pleased that we have our colleague doing that work.
I echo that. And I have Ms. Santana next.
Yes, thank you. So, because Dixie Carbonell is not here, the next words that come out of my mouth echo her. I would be remiss to say that I'm going to start with you, Dr. Benaquista. A lot of times, I don't like speaking for the entire board because I think that sometimes maybe my views aren't all of our views. But what I can say, and I'll stand 10 toes down on this entire board is always excited, ecstatic, and so proud that we have the people in place that love our district, love our township. And just when you said, Marissa and I were riding through the town yesterday, looking at everything, I pictured it. I literally did. Just driving through and going from Burnett to Connecticut Farms, to Hannah, to Franklin, to all of our 10 schools, to see the safety. And you know, it's funny, I was out and driving, and the first thing I did, I looked at Burnett. I was looking at Washington. I was looking at all the schools just to make sure, are we going to be able to open? Is it going to be safe? Because we care so much. So I want to say thank you over and over, and not just to you guys, because we do see the unseen heroes. Anthony, his people out there shoveling, making sure consistently that everything not only is safe but looks good, right? Because it also is about appearances. When you were talking about the lottery, it's so funny, once again, being on the board, people always come up to us, like if we know things unequivocally about this lottery. I'm excited that we're kind of putting a twist to it, but I would like to just give everybody the thought process that right now, the children that are going to be going into that pre-K, right, it's going to be about 12, 13, 14 years that they, before they're graduating from high school. And I'm proud to say that the work that we are currently doing, those children are going to reap the benefit of it. And I'm so excited to see, like we're talking about the lottery right now. And when they're in high school, we're going to see so much great change in this district. So I kind of wanted to put that into perspective right now. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Anyone else? No? All right. Seeing none, we'll keep it moving. Next, we have the Education Student Discipline Committee. The chairs are not here tonight, so I'm asking Vice President Michael Cohen to present the resolutions that will be voted upon tonight.
Thank you, Madam President. Upon the recommendation of the Superintendent of Schools, the Education Student Discipline Committee presents the following resolutions for the board's consideration. Resolutions E1 and E1A were adopted at the work session on February 10th. Resolution E11 is to affirm the superintendent's determination of HIB. Resolution E11A is for reporting purposes only and no vote is required. Resolution E2 is to approve the Girls on the Run program for Jefferson School. Resolution E3 is to approve the partnership with the New Jersey Dental Foundation and New Jersey Dental Association. E4, approve acceptance of funds from the 2026 Hart Grant from the Union County Board of Commissioners. E5, approve the Township of Union Public Schools to apply for High Impact Tutoring Competitive Grant Award. Resolution E6 was adopted at the February 10th work session. Resolution E7, approved Student Safety Data System Report that was mentioned in Dr. Benaquista's report. And Resolution E8 is to approve the suspension of student 266593 from the General Education Program.
Is there a second?
Second.
This motion has been properly moved by Vice President Cohen and second by Chastity Santana. Can I have a roll call, please, Ms. Capiello?
Mr. Cohan?
Yes.
Mrs. Conte Mackey?
Yes.
Mr. McDowell?
Yes.
Ms. Santana?
Yes.
Mrs. Scott Heeden?
Yes. Next, we have the Fiscal and Planning Committee Chair, Mr. Cohen, and Ms. Santana to present the resolutions that will be voted upon tonight.
Thank you, Madam President. I'd just like to call the board and the public's attention to two resolutions that have been added to the agenda tonight. F15 is to approve a short-term partnership with the Friends of Union Public Library for the Hall of Fame that Dr. Benaquista mentioned in his report. We don't have the mechanisms in place to be able to engage in fundraising at the moment, but we will be establishing our own 501c3 organization for that purpose for 2027. So this is a short-term partnership to help us produce this year's awards presentation. And Resolution F17 is to approve an agreement with Red Rover for a new absence and hiring management system. The existing system is becoming archaic, and we'll be able to save $25,000 with the acquisition of the new system. And at that, I'll defer to Ms. Santana to read the resolutions.
Thank you so much. Madam President, may I defer to my colleague, Mr. McDowell, that's on the committee, being that I'm reading some other parts to it, so we can all get a chance with your
Absolutely.
permission? Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Mrs. Santana. And Madam President, upon the recommendation of the Superintendent of Schools, the Fiscal and Planning Committee presents the following resolutions for the board's consideration. F1 is the Treasurer's report. F2 is the Secretary's report. F3 is to certify the Treasurer's and Secretary's report. F4 is to approve appropriations transfers. F5 is to approve the list of contracts and purchase orders. F6 is to approve district-wide travel and related expenses. F7 was approved at the last work session on February the 10th. F7A is to approve district-wide student field trips. F8 is to approve the list of 2025-2026 state contracts and approved vendors. F9 is to approve a list of contracts and purchases for student activities. And F9B is to approve the fundraisers, and they're all listed here under F9B. F9C is to accept donations, and there are 4 donations listed there with thanks will be sent to those individual organizations and individuals. F10, to approve 2025-2026 out-of-district student placement list. F11 is to approve participation in the cooperative pricing system. F12 is to approve an increase to the Kid Clan services. F13 is to approve non-public school security and technology initiative programs spending plan, and that's for, I think, the schools that are listed there, the United Academy of Union, yes, the United Academy of Union. This is from the UCESC. F14 is to approve resolution and agreement coordinated transportation services with the Union County Educational Services Commission. F16 is to approve short-term partnership with the Friends of Union Public Library for our Hall of Fame, and Mr. Cohan went into that, a little detail in that earlier. F-16 is to approve Kavita Sinha evaluations, and those are for neuropsychiatric and neurodevelopmental evaluations. And F-17 is to approve with Red Rover absence and management hiring systems. And that, again, as Mr. Cohan already mentioned, the old system is obsolete, is becoming obsolete, and the new system will provide us with a cost savings of $25,000. And lastly, FATTY is just for informational purposes only. There's no vote required for that. And those are the resolutions for the Fiscal and Planning Committee, Madam President.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Great. It's been properly moved by Mr. Cohen and second by Chastity Santana. Is there any discussion?
Madam President,
Yes.
I neglected to highlight resolution F-12, just for the public's benefit. It looks like there's an inordinate increase from $3,600 to $65,000. It is not actually an increase in net outlay. That amount of money was budgeted, but it was intended to be distributed among several different vendors, and the Special Services Department has discovered that there aren't other vendors available, so we're expanding our work with the KID plan services.
Thank you for that explanation. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Anyone else under discussion? All right, seeing none, Ms. Capiello can I have a roll call.
Mr. Cohan?
Yes.
Mrs. Conte Mackey? Mr. McDowell?
Yes.
Ms. Santana?
Yes.
Mrs. Scott Heeden?
Yes. We have no grievance, settlements, et cetera, to present at this time. So we move on to the Operations and Technology Committee. And being that neither chair is here, I'm asking Ms. Santana, would she present the resolutions that will be voted upon tonight?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Upon recommendation of the Superintendent of Schools, the Operations Technology Committee presents the following resolutions for the board's consideration. I have 01, approve security drill bus evacuation reports. 02, approve request for the use of the UHS facility site. 03, approve request from National Coalition of 100 Black Women for use of Franklin Elementary School. And 04, approve request for use of Hannah Caldwell parking lots and access to Henricks Drive. I defer back to you, Madam President.
Thank you so much, Ms. Santana. Is there a second?
I'm
Oh,
so sorry.
T1.
I also have T1, approve recycling of equipment. I defer back to you, Madam President.
Thank you so much, Ms. Santana. Is there a second? Thank you. It's been properly moved by Ms. Santana and second by Vice President Cohen. Is there any discussion? Okay, seeing none, Ms. Capiello, can I have a roll call?
Mr. Cohan?
Yes.
Mrs. Conte Mackey?
Yes.
Mr. McDowell?
Yes.
Ms. Santana?
Yes.
Mrs. Scott Heeden?
Yes. Next, we have the Personnel Committee Chair, Ms. Conti Mackey, to present the following resolutions that will be voted upon tonight.
Thank you, Madam President. Madam President, some of these I'm going to do in block.
Absolutely.
That's okay?
Mhm.
Thank you. Upon recommendation of the Superintendent of Schools, the Personnel Committee presents the following resolutions for the board's consideration. P1A was an approved item at the February 10, 2026 work session. P1A-1 through P3B. P4 agenda item was approved at the February 10th, 2026 work session. P5 through P8, and adding a walk-on agenda, resolution P9, terminate employee 13348, effective immediately within 30 days in lieu of notice and pursuant to contractual obligations. And that's all I have.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. It's been probably moved by Ms. Elsie Conti Mackey and second by Vice President Cohen. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, Ms. Capiello, I'll ask for a roll call vote.
Mr. Cohan?
Yes.
Mrs. Conte Mackey?
Yes.
Mr. McDowell?
Yes, I abstain from P9.
Ms. Santana?
Yes.
Mrs. Scott Heaton.
Yes. We have no policies to present at this time, so moving along, we will have the Residency Committee Chair, Mr. McDowell, to present the following non-voting resolutions.
Upon the recommendation of the Superintendent of Schools, the Residency Committee presents the following resolutions for the board's information. R1, the report of students transferred to District of Residence following residency investigation. And there are 6 students listed here that have voluntarily moved to their District of Residency after investigations. So that brings the total number of students removed. None have been removed, but voluntarily there have been, looks like 12 students that have voluntarily moved from our district during this year so far.
Thank you so much, Mr. McDowell.
Yes, sir.
Madam President, I spoke with the board business administrator as well as Mr. McDowell regarding agenda item P9, and there was a mistake in Mr. McDowell's vote wherein he abstained but intended to vote yes. Since we're still in the meeting, I just wanted to correct the record, and Mr. McDowell, is that in fact correct that for P9, your intention was to vote yes?
That is correct. My intention was to vote yes. I misunderstood who the person was, but once I understood, I'd like to change my vote to yes.
Okay, so since we're still here in the meeting, we haven't adjourned yet, in lieu of the more formal process, as long as there's no opposition to that modification, the minutes will be changed accordingly. Thank you. That vote, P9, now has 5 affirmative votes. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that. Moving along, may I have a motion to approve the bills list?
So moved.
Is there a
I
second?
can second.
Great, it's been properly moved by Vice President Cohen and second by Chastity Santana. Can I have a roll call vote, please, Ms. Capioli?
Mr. Cohan?
Yes.
Mrs. Conte Mackey?
Yes.
Mr. McDowell?
Yes.
Ms. Santana?
Yes.
Mrs. Scott Heaton?
Yes. Do we have any unfinished business? Any unfinished business? Going once. All right, seeing none, let's go on to new business. Well, this is great. No new business either. Now we're going to move into comments from the public. My first person is going to be Christine Zerka.
Good evening.
Check.
We already, we
That was
did that. Go, Mrs. Zerka, oh, it's not working. Okay.
Good evening, Christine Zerka, Twain Place in Union. It's very hard. My first job with the district 20 years ago was to help teach preschoolers how to write. I sat behind them and helped teach them how to hold a pencil and write the alphabet. I loved teaching that. Now, 20 years later, I sit between two fourth graders. One tells me, I don't need your help. And the other tells me she can't do the work when I fully know she can. What a difference 20 years makes. The last 7 years have been a battle. I had to fight for the money that the paras deserved. I had to fight for the supplies that I needed to properly take care of my student. This should not be a battle. I kept working through these 7 years because of the children. Throughout the years, I have worked with some of the most talented, amazing, and patient teachers who have made me feel as an equal, and I thank them for that. I know the children won't remember me, but I will remember all of them. Hopefully, one of them will have learned something I taught them. When I love what I do, quietly turns into, I just need to survive this. You still show up, you still smile, you still say, I'm okay, but deep down, you know something's changed. It's not that you stopped loving the work, you just got tired of doing it in today's environment. Farewell.
Thank you for those heartfelt words, Ms. Circa. Next, we have Adekoya Brown. Adekoya, sorry.
I apologize. I don't know if there's a certain formality. I can announce my name, my address, or something. Adekoya Brown, High Street in Union. Forgive me, I'm terribly exhausted as you guys are. I got 2 kids in district, Connecticut Farms and Union High School. And I'm just here to also a member of the PTA. I'm just here to speak on behalf of my experience in support of the teachers. And I had a question or was asking for any update as to when any contract would be offered for them or to them. So that's pretty much it.
Okay.
I waited all that time just for one question.
There we go. Good evening, sir. On behalf of the board and administration, just want to note that the parties have been in negotiations, the parties being the Union Township Board of Education and the Union Township Education Association, which represents and includes the teachers in that particular union. The parties have been in negotiations for the better part of 18 months, if not more. Several offers have been exchanged, and the parties have recently reached what's called a tentative agreement and a memorandum of understanding or agreement, MOA. That document will be ratified, or is expected to be ratified, I should say, by the union in early March. If and when the union ratifies, it will be presented to the Board of Education for a vote to ratify after that time. So let's just say if things are approved, late March to early April, the parties will have a successor agreement.
Thank you. Seeing no more cards for the comments from the public. Oh, sorry, Ms. Jeffries. I do have your card. Sorry. Ms. Jeffries.
Virginia Jeffries, 236 Brighton Avenue, East Orange, New Jersey. Board President Scott Hayes. Good evening, board members, staff, and members of the public in attendance physically and virtually. Concerns are the agenda and the executive work session meetings. There's, on the agenda, under physical and planning, F-17, the Red Rover agreement. What is the cost of this agreement? And did this agreement need an RFP? Under item 14, Personnel Committee, the P9. The P9 has not been published to the public on tonight's agenda. So I do not understand how you can vote on something that the public does not have information about, nor the person that is going to be dismissed. Also, there are concerns about accommodations at the executive work session meetings at the Board Administrative Building on Morris Avenue. These executive work session meetings, open to the public, is held in a small conference room that has no posted occupancy limit. The public is made to leave the small conference room whenever the board goes into executive session. There is not a room set aside designated to accommodate the public during the executive session. At the February 10th executive work session meeting, the public had to wait in the lobby area while a room was opened up to accommodate the public. At the conclusion of the executive session, the public was not immediately allowed back into the conference room until well after the roll call to return back to the public session. Immediately after the public was allowed back into the meeting was adjourned. The Open Public Meetings Act is a law which stipulates how public meetings are to be conducted. Generally, executive sessions are closed to the public. However, all other business has to be done publicly, including returning from executive session. In the future, the board should abide by the rules set up by the Open Public Meetings Act. Thank you.
Thank you. Seeing no more comments, we do not have to return to an executive session this evening. So I'm asking for a motion.
So
to adjourn.
moved.
Oh. The motion has been moved by Ms. Santana. Can I get a second?
Second.
Thank you. It's been probably moved in second. Ms. Capiello, can I have a roll call?
Yes.
Mackey,
Yes.
Mr. McDowell,
Yes.
Ms. Santana.
Yes.
Mrs. Scott Heden.
Yes. Safe travels, everyone. Let's pray we don't get any more snow. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Stay safe.